What is up, Slayers? Welcome back to the Slayers Den. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. It's Slay Anything, and today we are playing a brand new alchemy deck. This is an Abzan, kind of like a recursion, slightly reanimator deck. It's built around this brand new card from alchemy. It's called Veteran Ghoulcaller. It is a really cool card. It's got a really cool ability. It's a 2/1 menace human rogue for 1 colorless and a black. It says whenever a card in your graveyard is put into your hand, conjure a duplicate of that card into your hand. So as soon as I saw this card, I knew that we had to build a deck around it because that ability is so crazy. And in this particular deck, it goes absolutely bananas. So let me explain how the deck works, how we totally exploit that ability, then we'll get into some awesome gameplay. So the basic 2-step game plan is to have a Veteran Ghoulcaller or multiple Veteran Ghoulcallers, and then just bring our cards back with cards like Bala Ged Recovery, which allows us to return any target card from our graveyard to our hand, or Retrieve, which for 2 colorless and a green allows us to bring a creature and then up to 1 target non-creature permanent card from our graveyard back to our hand. So basically, we've got a few ways of bringing cards back into our hand and maximizing the ability of Veteran Ghoulcaller. So as you can imagine, if we play something like Binding the Old Gods, and then we've got our Cursebound Witch or Acquisitions Expert, if we have a Veteran Ghoulcaller out, we use Retrieve and we can bring back both of those, creating 2 copies. So we get 4 total cards, and we get to just double up on the value of all the cards that we use. Now we've got a really awesome card that works super well in tandem with Veteran Ghoulcaller. It's this card Liesa, Forgotten Archangel. For 2 colorless, 2 white, and a black. This is a legendary angel. It's a 4/5 flying lifelink, so that's already really good. But she also has an ability that says whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. So you can see where this is going. With Veteran Ghoulcaller out, basically any creature that dies, they come back to our hands, and then they get doubled up with Veteran Ghoulcaller's ability. If we have multiple Veteran Ghoulcallers, we also just pop off with that as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this deck as much as I enjoy playing it, and if you do, please remember to chop that like and subscribe button for me, because it does help my channel out a ton, and more importantly, it allows me to grow the Slayers Den community, which is a huge reason why I continue to make MTG content. So thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check this one out. Without further ado, let's play some Magic the Gathering. So, Slayers, I know you guys are kind of a mixed bag of alchemy fans and not alchemy fans. So, what are some of the standard decks that you guys are interested in seeing? Because honestly, I don't see a lot of standard decks that are necessarily like super interesting to me, just because I'm like, is it turns? I've been playing a lot of alchemy lately, so I can't tell if it's like, is it turns is like the main deal. Ooh, we got a little reanimator action. Gross. Alright, we're gonna play this, and we're just gonna go next. End the turn. And the turn, and end the germs. Looks like we're playing for basically a turn for Binding the Old Gods. Witherbloom, okay. Sweet. So they're playing Self-Mill, which is so cool. We're gonna play Forest, and go next, end the turn. Alright, so opponent knows we're on Abzan something. Play this, and I think we just go next. We end the turn. We're gonna be playing a little bit of a control game here. You know, let's see what the opponent's got though. Turn 5, let's see if they bring something back. Sweet. Perfect. You love to see it. Then we just kind of get them to keep doing that. Meanwhile, we've got stuff to really punish our opponent, so not too shabby, I'd say. Opponent gets to create a 3/3 land that swings in for 1 turn. That's cool with me. Let's grab a Woodland Chasm. And what do we want to play here is the question. Let's get rid of that and sack this. So we don't really need that. That's just goofy. And yeah, we're just gonna go next, end the turn. In the turn and in the germs. Let's see if the opponent taps out. If they tap out, then we can Veteran Ghoulcaller and Retrieve at the same time, which would be hilarious. Alright, so let's play this, and let's play a Veteran Ghoulcaller, and feature, submit 0, let's bring that back. We get the double binding the old gods action here. So eventually we'll have some action. But we're like at a really cool spot where we can like Blood on the Snow if we want to. The opponent doesn't really have anything cool to bring back because they've got what? That's pretty much it. Alright. So let's do Binding the Old Gods. Let's try that. And I think we just go next. End the turn. Grackmaw. Okay, so they get a Thickle Grackmaw. They binding the old gods. My binding the old gods, you son of a gun. Alright, so let's play this. And what's this? Does this have menace on it? No, it's just a big old thick creature, huh? Okay. I'm not gonna waste my Blood on the Snows quite yet. Opponent is getting a lot of value, but they are exiling stuff too, so just block here, take one. Take one, everybody. Alright, what do we want to grab? Let's grab a Cauldron Familiar. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Diagraph Rebirth. Okay, perfect. You'll love to see it. Let's grab a Arctic Treeline. And let's just destroy all creatures. Why not? Play my cat too. Gain some life from my cat. I'm assuming they probably have like another recursion spell here. Ooh, gross. You hate to see it. Doesn't have haste at least, which is nice. Get rid of that, sack this. Oh man, we are popping off. We're popping the hell off right now. Cursebound, binding. We have answers forever now. Oh god. Oh man. That was so beautiful. That worked out so much better than I thought it was going to, for sure. Veteran Ghoulcaller is amazing, guys. Especially with Retrieve, right? Because like we're bringing 2 things back, which means we're bringing 4 things back. And we just have this absolutely disgusting hand. Like we could bring back Blood on the Snow, we could bring back discard creature, so GG, opponent. So it's like super early in the morning where I'm playing, so I've been playing a lot of, I guess maybe like Japanese players or something, so we're going ham. Alright, so first turn we're probably just going to play the Woodland Chasm out, because we don't have anything else to play anyway. The next turn we can play Acquisitions Expert. Would have loved this to be an untapped black land, but I'm cool with it not being. Let's see when we get the opponent to discard. Disgusting. Okay, cool. So they got like a maybe a mono red burn or a Rakdos sack / burn. Both are pretty rough. So we'll go swing in. Okay, fine. Deadly Dispute that. Sweet, and sweet as. Got our little Cursebound Witch. Give us a little action on the board. Go for this, and just go next, and we swing it for 1. And the turn. We're almost to Skeletal Swarming mana as well. It'd be super nice. Okie dokie. Skadioki. Let's see what kind of curse we can find off the top. Ooh, okay, let me see. Okay, this is like a burn deck, pure burn deck. So Trespasser's Curse may not be the optimal card to pull, but we'll see. I think for now we'll just get Bloodhunter Bat. That's cool. That's cool, cool, cool. Alright, I want to say let's just go ahead and just bust this out, right? We can binding any creatures that get too thick from Showdown, so not like super duper worried about it. Let's see, what is this? Enters the battlefield, there are 20 or more instant sorcery cards, huh? Okay. I think we've got a really good chance against this deck. As long as we don't get too caught up. We don't get too greedy. But, I mean, we've got a pretty similar game plan as before. This has a black source. Going to binding. And then we go next in the turn. We get to create 2 of these skeletal tokens. Which is beautiful, beautiful. That'll get out of hand super fast, which, you know, you love to see, right? You love to see it. Opponent's getting 2 red mana for a spell they can't cast. They might have a burn spell or 2 in hand. Oh, what? Oh, dudes. Dudes, I'm so happy about this deck. You know, Abzan's like one of my favorite color combinations, for real. Abzan and Sultai, you know, those are like the 3 best colors anyway. But I just love this deck. Like, there's so many plans of attack, right? We can just play straight up control. We can, you know, do mid-range aggro with skeletons. We got a little combo action going on with Veteran Ghoulcaller and these return spells. So just so much cool stuff. GG, opponent. Okay, so the reason to keep this is because 3 lands. That's literally it, but this is a fairly garbage hand otherwise, so we're gonna mull. We'll keep this and... damn it. I guess we drop a Blood on the Snow. Yeah, we're gonna have to drop that Blood on the Snow. Okay, Snow-Covered Swamp. Then we Acquisitions, Deadly Dispute, and eventually, maybe we can pull off a good old combo. So for this... Acquisitions Expert. One's on Orzhov, apparently. At least Orzhov. Esper. Good old Esper. Only good things can come of this, then, I suppose. Voice of the Blessed, you say. Okay. It's gonna swing in. Do 1. Dispute. Perfect. Just like we kinda sorta drew it up. Okay, Righteous Valkyrie. This is getting kind of crazy now, guys. Alright, so we do have something we are working toward, which is very nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Snow-Covered Forest, and I think we're just gonna go next, end the turn. Yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. We could also dispute. Yeah, if we dispute our treasure, take 4 here. Pyre, okay, gross. You hate to see it. Ooh. Lands plenty, as y'all can see. Alright, and play the white source, and guess let's destroy this, sack this. Go next on the turn. And retrieve is so good. A creature and a non-creature, like we could grab Acquisition and Rite of Oblivion again. It's So sick. So good. That's not what we're going to be doing, but it's just nice to think that we can do that. So, nice, I was indestructible. Okay, sweet. Love to see it. Alright, so we're gonna go for 3 here. They might have a Fading Hope to bounce something back, but that's fine with me, because then I still have blood on the snow. Perfect. Alright, so now we can start retrieving stuff. We can play blood on the snow, retrieve it. We just have options, which is nice. Alright, there goes our goodies, unfortunately for us. Oh man, I love this. I love the chaos that is about to ensue, you guys. Alright, so we're gonna play Woodland Chasm. I'm gonna play Veteran Ghoulcaller, and let's retrieve. Acquisitions Expert. And we don't have a non-creature permanent card, but we will take the Acquisitions Expert. So this is going to force the opponent to play out their hand, which is going to be nice. Hire of Heroes is going to be annoying, but it's only going to get rid of, like, you know, it's only going to get rid of creatures. Or it's only going to be able to get them a creature from their library, which, this is sick. This is so nice. Oh man, you love to see it. Okay, so take 3. Play this. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got enough to acquisition. Okay. And then we blood on the snow, destroy all creatures, I guess. Bring back acquisition. Oh, let's go. So what I think would happen, and I think this happened in a previous game now that I think about it, where I tried to use like some kind of discard spell, maybe check for traps, is that when you use like seek spells for some reason, it will conjure up or will seek a card into your hand, and it'll also conjure that same card onto the battlefield if that's part of the ability. So it's like it creates a copy in your hand, like a virtual copy, but it can't be touched. I've used that before with some other cards that seek, and for some reason it'll like create a land copy and also put one onto the battlefield, and it's just a mind fuck because you don't know if you can actually, you know, discard it or acquisitions expert it, for instance. But either way, this was a really cool showcase for the deck. This deck we were playing against is actually really cool. It's like a deck that I think I've seen once, and it's a really good idea because we use Inquisitor Captain here to get a Glasspool Mimic, which copies another Inquisitor Captain, which, you know, you seek out and you can get any number of crazy cards here. Linvala is excellent to protect your creatures, but luckily Meathook really gets through that. So GG, opponent. So this hand is good for one reason only. It's essentially 4 lands with Bala Ged Sanctuary and Blood on the Snow. So if my earliest play though is turn 6, this is not a good opening hand. So we're gonna mull. We might get, you know, screwed over, but we're gonna have to do it. Okay, this is not much better. Actually, it's not better at all, so I guess we'll keep. And shoot, okay. Keep it. Woodland Chasm. Let's play Cursebound Witch and Deathcap Glade. Hunter is on some Azorius action. And the turn, and the germs. Let's see what Yuichi's got going on. Forsaken Crossroads. Fun times. They get to choose to untap, but instead they scry. Let's go and Deadly Dispute the Witch here. See what we can find off the top. Not many good choices, huh? Alright, so if we take this, at least we have a creature on the board. If we take this, we've got a creature on the board that will do a little bit more than what that little broom guy does. So, seems fine. First things first, let's play Acquisitions Expert, either to draw out a counter spell or to pluck something from our opponent's hand, which is likely just going to be a land because they've just got a full stacked hand right now. Ugh, this deck looks gross. I hate it already. You hate to see it. When you play against Azorius control deck, like, nothing good comes from it. It's just like horse shit. That's horse shit. But at least I'll be able to Binding the Old Gods that's something, right? Just in case they're playing like Kraken, we can at the very least stunt them for a turn. Let's go and swing it for 1. Destroy good old Kraken. And then we'll play a Cursebound Witch. Maybe Cursebound Witch will hook us up with a really cool curse that they can't really deal with. But yeah. Stopping them from ramping super early, because imagine, that's a turn 5 spell with 7 mana, so they can Kraken really early, which sucks a butt. Okay, so Time Warp. That's fun. That's a fun spell. I'm so glad that they introduced that into Alchemy, giving the opponent an extra turn. Okay. So what do they exile? Fateful Absence, okay. So if they do that, what does the card do? They exile a card if you do search your hand in the library for any number of cards with the same exact name. Okay, so now they've got multiple Fateful Absences in their hand, I'm assuming. First of all, gross. Second of all, super gross. Alright, we play this, and we just swing in. I don't think it matters. Let's go and shave this. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. Let's play a Bloodhunter Bat, why not? Next. Then we can actually bring back Binding with Retrieve if we need to. I'm highly doubting it. Geist Chandler, huh? Okay, so this is to get their extra turns, which is so stupid and so disgusting. So now they've got like an Epiphany that costs like, instead of 7, that costs like 3 mana now, which is so dumb. Okay, let's swing in. Okay. That's odd. So in the turn. Okay. Oh, so they use Discover the Formula for it to cost 2. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that resolves. And that's gross. Seek 3 non-land cards, then non-land cards in your hand perpetually gain. This spell costs 1 colorless less to cast. Absolutely disgusting, by the way. You hate to see it. I really strongly doubt we've got much of a game plan against them, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Alright, let's figure this stuff out. Come on, Cursebound Witch, hook us up with something juicy. Not really that juicy. Not gonna lie. Okay, sure, we'll grab this. Woof. Alright, okay, so do we just Meathook for 4 here then? Okay, and then let's Trespasser's Curse. Let's do it. And maybe this opponent will just put me out of their misery. Alright, so wait, what did they do? All artifacts and creatures. Okay, so what was the artifact that they got rid of? What did you destroy? I can bring back what? Bring back a binding and... yeah, really there's not much I can bring back, huh? Let's play this as a black source, and what do we want to retrieve here? We'll retrieve Cursebound Witch and Binding, sure. This, the next on turn, and the turn and the germs. What is the opponent doing here? Is it just like figure ways to time warp a million times, basically? Ugh. So gross. Okay. You got it, dude. And they can play time warp again, which is so gross. They don't have any counter spells, and they couldn't counter something anyway. If they wanted to. Alright, let's go ahead and Deadly Disputes. Discover the formula, destroy spells, so they can bring back Amaria's Call, potentially. It's also likely they've got Fading Hopes in here, so Binding wouldn't necessarily be the ultimate answer, but yeah, we'll definitely try it. Grab that. Yeah, we've got so many goodies in hand. Okay, so let's go and destroy the... Let's destroy the Leer. At least draw out the Fading Hope that they're likely to have in hand. That'll give us an opportunity to play out a Skeletal Swarming, maybe. Come on, Fading Hope. I'm surprised that they haven't played a Fading Hope or Divide by Zero yet, which you know is in their hand, right? Just like 100% in there. So, we got 4, 5 mana available. So we could do a multitude of things. Opponent could play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they could Leer and then Divide by Zero again. I think we gotta take this shot though. Let's take the shot while we've got the chance. Okay, we got Leer plus a Divide by Zero action going on. Let's bring one of these bad boys in. Alright, so we've got a few different choices, right? Alright, so I think first things first, let's go ahead and... Binding the Old Gods? Oh, let's go! Wow. I think this is going to be really hard for the opponent. Wow, you guys, that was absolutely sick. We beat this total asshole deck. This happened to us last time, where we played against an Azorius control deck that looked like they had just drawn like a million cards, and we still beat them. Maybe it's just luck of the Slayer's Den, but I don't know. You can see the path to victory here, right? Like, they have only got 4 Divide by Zeros in here. Every time, and 2 of them are in exile, so there's 2 more Divide by Zeros. I get to play Binding. I get to play Curse of Leeches. They have to bounce Skeletal Swarming. There's just a lot of threats that they can't necessarily deal with, especially without counter spells, and it doesn't look like they're running a lot of like enchantment removal, so this was definitely a good showcase for this deck in particular. Super cool. GG opponent. This is an okay hand. I'd rather have a 3 land hand, and I bet you can probably imagine why. We'll play our Cursebound Witch, see if that gets burned out. Battle Cry Goblin. So what does this do? Does 1 damage to it, blocks it. I think we just take the 1. Then we Rite of Oblivion. Ooh, look at all these cool cards. Okay, we could get rid of all goblins with this. This would be hilarious. Definitely keeping that. Goblin Jablinier. Alright, so the hilarious question is of course, do we Witch's Vengeance right now or later? Goblin Javelin, yeah. Alright, we get rid of the charger. Opponent is not happy. We are decimating the opponent right now. Go block this. Sweet. Alright, so... Ooh. Do we want to take more damage is the question. I think what we do is we just go next. We end the turn. Hope we draw into a green. Opponent might be mana screwed as well. Or not. Alright, sweet. There's the green we were looking for. And this gives us the option to binding something. There we go. Okay, I'm getting really close to death range here though. Alright, so we're gonna grab Arctic Treeline for the white so I can cast Liesa. Okay, we're gonna go and kill all goblins here. Okay. Bugbear does 3. Is that a 4-point burn spell in hand, though, is the question. Alright, well, we're gonna play it. Now, does the opponent have a big old burn spell for us, is the question. Oh, shit, let's go. I'm swinging in. I'm gaining that sweet, sweet HP. Oh, alright, let's do this. Let's do this. You see a pair of goblins, okay. Gross. And what do I want to retrieve? Anything here? Okay, I'm just gonna end the turn here. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Gross. But we love it. We love it. Woodland Chasm. Swing in. Gain 7. Trail creatures. Yeah, why not? We can bring back Liesa. Force the opponent to discard. Oh yes. Oh man, we just dismantled that deck. That was amazing. So I really want to see if we can do the combo a little bit more, the Ghoulcaller combo. Kind of think I have to keep this just because 3 lands. Being on the draw does make it a little bit easier to not... Actually should have played Shattered Sanctum there first, but it is what it is. I'm dumb. We might draw into untapped land. We might be going against a mono black sacrifice deck, which is so stupid. Alright. So playing the mana wrong there stops me from acquisitioning, but I think it's okay. So they've got a Cursebound Witch, which means they're probably going to Deadly Dispute it, grab some curses. Luckily we do have Binding the Old Gods, which is great for getting rid of pesky curses. So I'm not like sweating it too much, but we do have the potential to be in some trouble for sure. Alright, so we're going to play Arctic Treeline, Acquisitions Expert, and let's just get rid of something in the opponent's hand. Could be a land, could be a draw spell, could be any number of things, but we're doing it. Just slowly working our way up to Blood on the Snow mana. Okay, Hagra Mauling. Gross. So it was a land / sorcery. And I'll gladly at least just block the Witch. Sanguine Brushstroke. Very gross. So opponent's probably just going to swing in with Bloodcaster here. We take 2. We play second Acquisitions Expert, I'm assuming. Okie dokie. Going to Acquisition once more. And this is pretty good because we strip the opponent of a card. If it's a land, it might be a land that they wanted to discard to their Blood Vial. So they'll have to make different choices, right? So it's all good either way. Sweet. Falcon Forebear. And we're gonna do no attacks. Opponent can sack tokens, blood tokens, to get the Falcon Forebear back, which is crazy actually. It's really good, but I'm not really sweating it too much. Mostly because there's nothing I can do about it. So this is mostly about me getting to Blood on the Snow mana at this point. Ooh, I wonder which curse they picked. I'm very curious. Oh, that's such a good combo though. Sanguine Brushstroke plus Falcon Wrath Forebear. It just does so much damage. Like, there's just no way we have enough time to probably compete against this deck, to be honest. So we're just gonna go next. We're gonna do no attacks on the turn. We'll have to block the Fell Stinger, perhaps. But honestly, it sucks because, so how it would work is we are going to sweep next turn if we live. Like, we have no choice but to do it. In doing that, Guldarn Bloodcaster creates a bunch of blood tokens. So they get to immediately bring back Falcon Wrath Forebear. So our job from there is to create ways to destroy Falcon Wrath Forebear repeatedly, which is going to be really tough. Like, no lie. It's looking like we're going to take at least 5 here. Okay. Alright, so let's double block here. Opponent could just sack Cauldron here, or not. Yeah, this is looking like it's probably over. Yeah, because, okay, Blood on the Snow kills 4, and that does 4 to me directly. And then 2 vials, yeah. Yeah, there's just no way through that. There's the only way through that is to exile. So we could sideboard in some exile removal, which is not a bad idea, but at the same time, perhaps there's a huge chunk of the meta who's playing this right now. But tonight, as I'm playing, this is maybe my first or second one, so I'm not sure. Yeah, GG opponent though. That was good. Not a great hand. So what this looks like is turn 2 this into turn 3 this. That's not great. We're gonna mull. It's actually better. We'll keep this and we'll drop one of the recoveries, which really hurts. Okayomo VMAX. Alright, so we might be going against another wonderful Azorius control deck. Maybe Esper on the turn. Something annoying as Fook, for sure. Alright, I think we're gonna play this as a... Man, I would hate to play it as a black source when we need a white source, but right now we've got more black spells in hand, so we're just gonna go ahead and swing in for 1 here. Opponent probably has draw spells, counter spells, that kind of shenanigans. I wonder if they have that. They probably have that spell that, like, gives them more life if we have more life. Okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Wedding announcement. Sure. Alright. Let's go and sack our Cursebound Witch. Ooh, I'd love to get this right here. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that anytime soon, right? Yeah. Let's not be too greedy. I don't know when I'll actually be able to get that. Alright, so they're playing enchantments. Oh man, enchantments is tough. Like, I don't feel confident that... we can keep this Skeletal Swarm on the field if we're going against a deck that's playing enchantments and stuff. But if they're playing like auras / spirits, then I am feeling a little bit better, not gonna lie. Okay, so we're gonna swing in because we gots to. Then I'm going to play Blood Hunter Bat, drain the opponent, and the turn, create some Skeletos. Just keep getting a little bit thicker each turn with the Skeletal Swarming. Okay, gross. You hate to see it. Drop Skull Inventory. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go Deadly Dispute. Is that what we're gonna do? Sack Bloodhunter Bat here. Okay, so we get the lands out of the way. Thank goodness for that, darling. And yeah. Let's go and swing in for 4. Then Blood on the Snow, I guess. Bring back our Blood Bat. We actually bring back Cursebound Witch. Is that a good investment, though? Yeah, let's do that, because we might get a really cool, you know, really cool freaking curse that we can actually cast on the opponent. And we'll just swing in for 5. Dude, the opponent's got some counter magic. No counter magic. Good for us. Opponent may have a sweeper then? What has the opponent got left in their... Okay. A lot of auras. Probably not what they're looking for. This is GG though if they don't have something. Okay. It's looking like GG. Oh man. That was so gravy. So good, guys. Feels so good. I mean, not exactly playing tier against tier 1 here, but this is a really strong card if you like don't take care of that. I love auras though. Auras is really cool. I think it can be a powerful deck depending on the matchup. So yeah, but GG opponent. Okie dokie. To keep or not to keep? That is a question. So I like the potential of the hand, so I think we're going to keep it because you go Woodland Chasm, Snow-Covered Swamp, all 3 of these Veteran Ghoulcallers is pretty crazy. Play this, and sure. We'll go into Acquisitions Expert here, get rid of something in the opponent's hands, maybe another land. Okay, sure. Ooh, Dragon Queen. So what is this? A dragon deck. Gross. We hate to see it. Nadar. One has got a little bit of dungeon action here too. Very scary. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to dispute. Hopefully find some lands. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Then we're just going to go next. End the turn. And we'll probably just binding next turn, and hopefully we kind of just draw into the stuff that we really need. Alright, well that sucks. That sucks a butt. Alright, let me see. Let's use all these abilities, set mana abilities. Okay, sure. So it looks like we're going to be taking 2, which yes, does suck a total butt. I'm going to create some Gabo. We're going to decline on that. We'll take the 2. That's kind of nice. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to play this as a white source. Then let's go ahead and kill the Tyrant. Yeah, we're going to be perilously low on life though, which is so sad. I don't like it. Town Razor is just so bonkers, like, no lie. Oof. It's painful. Painful, painful, painful. I hate to see it. Take 7 here. Gross. We're gonna take 2 more, believe it or not. Just so unfortunate. I hate to see it. So what's gonna happen is we're going to decline. Take 2. We're down to 6. We're going to bring in another white source. This. Then we're going to Blood on the Snow. And we'll bring back our Inquisitions Expert. Hopefully get rid of something pretty useful in the opponent's hand. Hope it's a creature. Dragonfire. Okay. And then this turn I will obviously sacrifice. My sacrifice. Ugh. Take action, yes. Okay. Gross. Alright, so we're swinging for 1. Gonna get rid of that. Sack this. Right? Alright. Play this. Play this. Because we've got so many of them. And yeah, if the opponent has another dragon, I mean we're pretty screwed. Okay, they get to draw a card. Did they have a 2-point burn spell in there? Like a shock. Okie Sketty-okie. With that, sack this. Alright, this is nice. This gives us life. Potentially. End turn. Ah, damn it. GG. I'll take the 4. Ah, man. If I'd found this a turn earlier, which... So, there was a turn in which I had the choice to sacrifice the Cursebound Witch or the Acquisition Expert, and I chose to sack the Acquisition Expert there. So if I had instead played Cursebound Witch and then sacked that, there was an opportunity for me to find a Witch's Oven there, and I don't know if that would have saved my life, but it would have put me in a much better position. So as you can see, like, sequencing is a huge thing with a deck like this. But yeah, GG opponent, that was good. Okie dokie. Sure. Play this one because we've got the combo here. We got to do the combo at least one more time before we call it an evening. I don't know why I sounded like a weird Christopher Walken. Call it an evening. That was actually even worse. I sound like Ed, and Eddie. Alright, so we're gonna play Cursebound Witch. Get this fun train started. Hey, we're just gonna swing for 1 Woodland Chasm and just see what's good, what's happening. Opponent is on green, so they could be playing like what, wolves? Mono green value, werewolves. Okay, sometimes you hate to see it. We'll play this, and I think we play Veteran Ghoulcaller. We'll do no tax. So we've got a little Gruul Wolves action, huh? Disgusting. Damn disgusting. Sweet. Do we dare? I think we dare. Go next. No attacks on the turn. Definitely going to use Cursebound Witch as a blocker. Get a curse. Maybe bring back some goodies with Veteran Ghoulcaller. Let's try and live the dream. Arlen, huh? You son of a gun. Alright.
I fight for everyone who faces the approaching night.
So I actually do need to get to a safe like level. Alright, so go here, double block here, block here. Sure. 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 Let's grab a Witch's Cottage. Gives me another land. Going to Meathook for 2, I guess. Getting some life. Now we're a mana away from Blood on the Snow. It's gonna be pretty big.
On my signal, the hunt begins.
Okay, Reckless Stormseeker. We hate to see it. Okay, let's kill Arlen.
There was not fierce enough.
And bring back Ghoulcaller here. And then maybe if Ghoulcaller lives, then we can retrieve some goodies. You have first strike, so we do no blocks here. Ooh, that is scary, but they do have to sacrifice one of their creatures if they want to use that. Do they want to do it? If they do that, that's actually not bad for us because we've got options. Alright, so we're going to retrieve Ghoulcaller. Now we'll just double Ghoulcaller here. No attacks. And then if I can get Liesa down, which is going to take another white mana. I need another white mana. Or a sweeper. Sweeper would be sick. Okay, so we can do double block here. Take 6. I think I'm good with that. Cursebound Witch, nice. So they actually can exile my Veteran Ghoulcaller here. So what I need is Sweeper. That's basically what I need. Okay. They do the damn thing. Hopefully they didn't get like a badass curse, because they do have 7 mana. They could have gotten that really disgusting curse. Oh, okay, Witch is 7. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so there's that. Got Liesa. So we got a little lifelink action going on. But let's hope the opponent is just totally flooded, which it looks like they might be. That's perfect. No attacks. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, this is destroy an artifact or a creature. We don't want that. So I think what we'll do is we get rid of this because this is stronger and gives way more power to the table. So, get rid of that. And then the opponent can sack in response, but that's fine. As long as it's off the table. That's the most important thing. You get 2 food tokens, which is pretty sick. And we're going to do no attacks, and the turn will hold up for blockers. Gain that life. Okay. The life is not as big of a deal as getting rid of their threats. That's a way, way bigger deal. Okay, opponent is flooding out. It's very nice. Let's see it. Okay, my turn. Go and destroy that. Get that life, son. Forcing the opponent to sack their own creatures feels so good, not gonna lie. Then we are of course gonna swing it for 4. Gain some of that life. Sweet, sweet HP. Let's try to catch back up. If the opponent draws more lands, they may just feel obliged to scoop. Okay. Or not. Alright, my turn. Go put one of these bad boys in play. So I'm going to retrieve stuff now. I'm grabbing a Veteran Ghoulcaller and a Meathook. Play out Veteran Ghoulcaller here. We go next. You do no attacks on the turn. Let's see what the opponent's got going on. Ascended Pack Leader, huh? Okay. Alright, that's the blockers. And this can be pumped up, right? No, it can't be pumped up because it's on the other side. So the opponent thought they could pump it up. Alright. Maybe the scoop is incoming? I was like wondering why they swung in. I think they didn't realize that. Okay, yeah, because it can pump itself up. I forgot. That was just another wolf. So the opponent is now ready to get into scoop mode. They're like, why did I swing in? Oh man. Alright, opponent. Take your licking and let me pull off the combo. Let me pull off the combo. Amu is none too happy about this. Alright, opponent's definitely in Scoop Town right now. Population 1. Scoop Town, USA. Also known as Rope Town, where the opponents still rope you. This is the end of 2021, my friend. You're still roping opponents? That is unfort. Yeah, we just had like an answer for everything against this deck though, which was so cool. Like, we really held our own. We got down to a really low life total. We were down to like 4 or 5 or something like that. And we just, we came back. So, feels good, man. And look at what we got rid of there. So we got rid of some really strong creatures as well as an Arlen. Alright, well, looks like we won then. Was this a scoop? I'm just gonna give it the full 3 timeouts. I've enjoyed Alchemy, and you know, I might make a couple of new Alchemy decks soon, but I will probably get back into Standard. I was having such a, I don't know, I'll be honest with you guys, I was having a tough time trying to come up with decks for regular Standard, just because, I don't know, like, so for me, like, playing Standard means playing the few sets that we have so far, but there's going to be a few more sets that are released next year that are going to add so much to it. But until then, we're kind of stuck with the same cards, which means Izzet Epiphany is just going to run decks over, and that's just not a fun meta to play into. The other thing is, so I could make like 100 different new jank decks, but the truth is that I don't like to just slap a bunch of really cool, fun, janky cards together and then record it. Like, I have to win with these decks, because otherwise you guys don't want to sit here and watch me lose for like 30, 40, 50 minutes just because I had a grand old time. You don't want to see that look on my face. That look on my face is pure disappointment. So what I want to do, and why it's so hard to be a jank brewer, at least for me, is because I'm actually building these decks to win. I'm testing these out extensively, like Veteran Ghoulcaller. I have like 4 different Veteran Ghoulcaller decks. Like to put it into perspective how much testing goes into these decks, it's insane. So it's like, I tried it with Liesa, I tried doing this just as Orzhov. I've tried so many variations. This is the one that I stuck with just because it does have a lot of really cool cards to help us maximize Ghoulcaller. The green recursion spells are, I would say this is pretty good. Like, imagine being able to bring a Binding back. You get to bring back a Skeleton that gets destroyed, a Meathook Massacre that gets destroyed. So just lots of value you get from Abzan rather than Orzhov. I digress. I'm saying the reason why I'm playing more Alchemy right now, and I hope you guys understand this, is because it does present a way to play new cards, a more balanced format in theory, because it's new. I'm sure there's going to be a way that someone breaks this and they're going to create their own Izzet Epiphany in this format, and it's going to fucking suck. And I'm going to be like, damn it. And then, you know, but the truth is that Standard is not a healthy format in which I can build a really cool jank deck and also win consistently with a really good jank deck. And then there's probably some of you who are like, well, just dive into Historic. But the thing with Historic is the same issue that a lot of people have with Alchemy. It costs a lot of wild cards, right? So imagine you've got this huge library of cards that you can now play, a huge catalog of past sets that I didn't get to play or didn't collect from, and now I get to play it all. But guess what? I'm gonna have to spend mucho dinero just to get those wild cards. So it's kind of a roadblock in the way that people are finding Alchemy to be. Yeah, like, it's fun, it's cool, it's balanced, but hey, wild cards are kind of hard to come by. But yeah, so I hope you guys understand why I'm playing Alchemy more right now. Alchemy I'm playing right now because it is a more affordable entry for me to come into, because first of all, the rebalance cards you get 4 ofs. So I'm playing, my first few decks were rebalanced card decks. Decks like this with Veteran Ghoulcaller. I just happened to pull Veteran Ghoulcaller from packs that I'd opened from Alchemy. I think I had like 2 or 3 just from packs alone, and I didn't even think to touch this card. And then I was like, I'm just going to use a rare wild card, get the 4th, build a deck around it, and it ended up being really good in testing. So I know, great story. I know I go on my little long-winded diatribe sometimes, but it's for good reasons, because I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are my people, and I just want to keep it 100 with you guys. I know some of you will say, like, when are you going to play Standard again? When are you going to try out more Historic? those little small barriers that make it difficult, and why I focus on things like new sets, new formats, because that stuff is so much easier to get into. And most of all, it's easier to create new decks, and it's also easier to win when formats are healthier or they're new and there's new cards and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm sure Camus really enjoyed that speech. But yeah, GG opponent. We're going to get into the deck breakdown right now since I went on this long speech and it got me all worked up. So all right, let's get into the deck breakdown right now. Alright Slayers, this looks like the perfect place to end today's video, and I had a blast playing this deck. This was just such a fun, refreshing deck to play with a new mechanic in Veteran Ghoulcaller, allowing you to bring back cards in your graveyard and duplicates of it. So it's just really cool because, you know, I've wanted something fresh to play, and this definitely scratched that janky itch. Now, as far as if you should build this deck, I definitely would say if you happen to open some packs and you get a Veteran Ghoulcaller in it, go and build it. I mean, there's not a lot of new cards in here. We've got Cursebound Witch, which is an uncommon, so you might have already gotten those. But honestly, aside from that, yeah, you're just going to be spending wild cards on Veteran Ghoulcaller because everything else is from the older sets. This is definitely a deck that I would love to see how you guys would improve upon. If you guys have any cool ideas for it, definitely feel free to send me a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about what you guys thought about the deck because I totally enjoyed it. I think I had mentioned that this is my 4th iteration of a Ghoulcaller deck, and this one seems to be the most consistent, although there is a few different really cool variations. I did one with Sanguine Bloodstroke in it, and so whenever the Bloodstroke would go to the graveyard, I could bring back a bunch of those. Also, the Blood Artists that get killed, you can bring back a ton of those as well. So that one's another version that I've tried, and I think it could work as well, but I think this is the shell that I'd like to start off with for sure. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck as much as I enjoyed playing it, and if you did, please remember to chop that like and subscribe button for me because it does help my channel out a ton. And best of all, it allows me to grow the Slayer's Den community, which is honestly the best part of being an MTG content creator. So thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check this one out. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to smash that like button below, and to help you stay up to date with my upcoming videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Thanks again, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Slayers.